Hello everybody, I'm David Walker here at Street Toyota in Amarillo, Texas, and I'm here today with the all-new Toyota CHR. Now we're doing something new. We're going to try to do this every week. We're going to call it Test Drive Tuesdays. So we're going to talk about this new vehicle. We're going to keep it pretty brief, but I guarantee you there's more that you're going to want to know about the CHR. There's a lot going on here. Our president, the president of Toyota, Akio Toyota, said last week that there was a time that people thought Toyotas were boring, and that time is over. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. The CHR is evidence of that. Now this is the second vehicle to ride on the TNGA architecture. That's Toyota New Global Architecture, which is going to underpin most Toyotas in the coming years. The first one was the 2016 Prius, and now we have the CHR. Let's just walk toward the back and take a look at the vehicle so you can get an idea of what it looks like. It's much bolder styling than you're used to with Toyotas. Toyota's been very conservative for a long time. Obviously, this is a huge departure from that. Now, the TNGA platform that I mentioned gives you a lot of structural rigidity, production scalability, just all very good things. It's a lightweight, rigid structure, makes the vehicle ride and handle amazingly. We have a very generous cargo area here in the CHR. This, of course, is part of the CUV compact segment. So it's not really a car, it's not really an SUV. It's kind of a small crossover. It's smaller than the RAV4 to give you a little point of reference. And you still have plenty of room. Of course, you can fold your back seats down. CHR comes standard with a backup camera, rear wiper and washer, high center mounted LED brake lights so those people in their tall trucks can see when you're stopping. Now, CHR stands for Coupe High Rider. It's not actually a coupe, but it does have a very two-door look. In fact, your door handle back here is kind of hidden. Back seat is very spacious, and you have a really cool drink holder mounted right up where your hand is going to be anyway. Perfect placement for it. Cool stuff. Up here in the cockpit, you've got a big touch screen, comes standard. When we're driving, we'll talk a little more about all the safety features. Of course, the XLE Premium, which is the top of the line CHR, which we're dealing with here, has heated seats. It's got automatic climate control, smart key, so you never take the key out of your pocket or your purse. Has a push button start, the door unlocks when you touch it. It's a wonderful thing. So let's go ahead and get in the CHR. We'll go for a drive and we'll talk a little bit more about it. See you in a minute. All right, we are now driving the Toyota CHR. Forgive me if I don't make eye contact, I'll be watching the road. Now we talked about the TNGA architecture, which provides a very rigid body structure. A lot of people don't realize, but rigidity actually makes for a smoother ride in a car. When your body structure is very rigid, you can tune your suspension to control body movement, and things just ride smoother and handle better. So rigidity is always a good thing. Weight reduction is always a good thing, and the TNGA platform is very lightweight as well. So you get a very light feel to the vehicle. It feels very nimble. We're just going to do a quick lane change here. As our president said, what it means to be a Toyota is very fundamentally changing right now. So our vehicles are getting more fun to drive. We're retaining the quality, durability, and reliability that Toyota is known for, while just making our vehicles a lot more fun and interesting. So it's a very exciting time to be involved with Toyota. We have a 2-liter 4-cylinder here in the CHR, mated to a continuously variable transmission, which is your only transmission choice. So it drives very smoothly. It's very efficient. You do, however, even though it's a CVT, you have the option of a manual mode here, which has 7 virtual gears or steps engineered into the CVT. So it actually pretends to be a transmission. Here we'll hit the 2nd virtual gear and 3rd and so on. So it's actually very responsive, pretending to be a normal transmission, which I think is incredibly cool. My car has a manual transmission, so that's a nice little bonus for me driving the CHR. We also have Toyota's Safety Sense P suite of safety features. Now, this is something that we're going to be talking about a lot in these videos because Toyota is working this into a lot of our line, and it's a ton of cutting-edge safety features that come standard on several of our line already, and it's going to be working its way across our entire lineup over the next few years. So Safety Sense P, you may notice there's a little housing up here by the rear view mirror. There's a camera in there that watches the stripes on the road and gives us what we call lane departure alert. So if I start to drift over the stripe with lane departure alert turned on, it will beep at me and let me know that I'm not doing the right thing. It works over 32 miles an hour. Now, if you are one of the 7 or 8 people in Amarillo who actually signal your lane changes, it doesn't beep when you turn on your turn signal and change lanes. But for everybody else, it will beep at you when you drift over the stripe without your turn signal on. Other technology that's part of Safety Sense P, the camera also helps us get what we call automatic high beams. So with the auto high beams, you turn on your high beams, so you have the benefit of being able to see at night, and the camera watches for other people's headlights and tail lights and will dim your high beams to keep from blinding other drivers. Really cool stuff. So you don't have that hassle of, you know, having to dim and then turn them back on and then somebody flashes you and all of that. Gives you that safety of the greater field of view without the hassle of having to mess with it constantly. Also in Safety Sense P, in the grille we have a millimeter wave radar and pretty high-tech stuff. What it does for you is it's watching for other vehicles. So with your radar, we get a couple of different features. One is a pre-collision system. So right now it is judging the distance from our bumper to the car ahead of us. Now he's in the other lane. But it's judging the distance from you to the car ahead of you. It's judging the speed at which you're closing on that vehicle and determining if you are likely to crash into that vehicle. If you are, it's going to pop up an alert in the multi-information display here telling you to brake. It's going to beep at you real loud. Now, if you don't brake, the system will actually brake for you in order to slow you down and lessen the severity of the collision. In some circumstances, it may even be able to stop before the crash happens. Which would be preferable. Actually, it would really be preferable if you just stopped and didn't crash your car, which is still your job, not crashing your car. This technology is just there to help. It also has a pedestrian detection function integrated into that pre-collision system, which uses the radar and our camera up there to make out the outline of a person walking out in front of your car and do all those same things to alert you and hopefully not hit that person. Good stuff when you're driving down Polk Street and somebody steps out from between a couple of parallel parked cars. Lastly, with Safety Sense P, we have dynamic radar cruise control. So if I set the cruise and I come up on someone who's going slower than I am, it will match their speed and just hang out right there with them. Now the CHR is slowing down because of this truck in front of us. I didn't touch the brake. It's just matching his speed using the dynamic radar cruise control. Now if I change lanes, there's nobody in front of me, the radar sees that it's clear, we go right back up to the speed that I set. So I didn't touch the brake to slow down, I didn't touch the gas to accelerate, and that is dynamic radar cruise control, which can save you a whole lot of headache and hassle on a long road trip. Really cool stuff, and it's amazing that all of that cutting edge safety technology is just standard equipment on a pretty low-priced vehicle like the CHR. It's also standard on the 2017 and forward Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, and Avalon. It'll be standard on the 2018 Camry coming around pretty soon. So this is the CHR. A lot of fun stuff. You can pan across the dash there. You'll see a lot of interesting stylistic touches there. You know, the stitched piece here, kind of stylized. We have a diamond theme kind of running through the entire interior of the CHR, the exterior as well. So you have your little diamond shaped control pods right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see them because it's kind of dark, but kind of diamond shape pattern here in the headliner that flows into the little indentation where you can grab your visor. And just great ergonomics too. The shifter is really easy to reach. Audio system is really easy to reach. Of course, I have audio controls on the steering wheel. climate controls are really easy to reach, and it's actually dual zone, which is fairly rare in a car this size. So that can save you some arguments with your boyfriend, girlfriend, your mom, whoever happens to be riding with you in your CHR. But I'll tell you, it's just a really nice driving experience. And coming from a guy who really enjoys driving, it's just a great feeling vehicle. It's got a great feel to the road, great handling, really smooth ride, especially for something this small. And of course, it drives very small. It's easy to handle in a parking lot, but you still have that big cargo area back there. So you can handle a couple of friends, a little bit of luggage, your dog, your gear, whatever you take with you. So come and see us. I'm really having fun test driving the CHR. I think you should too, and we will see you very soon.